Hello, this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. I'm here today with a quick unboxing of the two kits that I purchased in Diamond Art Club's long-awaited Halloween release, which they had sort of a week and a half ago now. These arrived with me really promptly last week, actually. They shipped, I think they were packed like the day I bought them on the Saturday, and then they got to me last week. So yeah, unfortunately I'm not going to get to work on either of them this year because I have other projects in mind. Basically, I've got a queue of things I want to get through, and given how slowly I work, it's a bit late in the day for me to start a new Halloween kit now. But I'm excited to have these in my stash ready and waiting for next year's selection when I hope to get a bit more Halloween done. Yeah, so I have got Boo by Dona Gelsinger, which is 55.8 by 70.7 centimeters and has square drills. And then I have Alone Time by Sandra Evans, which is a bit bigger. This one's 65 by 82.1 centimeters and also has square drills. Boo did sell out on the day. This one's pretty popular. It sold out quite quickly, so you can sign up for notifications if you want a chance at grabbing this one. Alone Time is still in stock, so if you like the look of this one, it is still available. I'm not going to do a really in-depth unboxing today. Really, I just want to have a look at the canvases, and I thought I would take you along with me. So let's start with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. I'm going to start with Boo. So, Boo has 63 colours, which includes 3 Aurora Borealis and 3 Fairy Dust diamonds, and it's got about 63,500 diamonds, so it's pretty much a medium-sized project. Let's take a look inside. So here is the toolkit. I'm not going to go through it on this occasion because I think most people have seen these a million times by now. But yeah, you get the Diamond Art Club Twist and Pick applicator, which comes preloaded with wax and a multi-placer. You get wax refills, 2 kinds of wax. You get the stackable tray with lid and stopper and some resealable baggies. And there is also another multi-placer. So you get a 4-placer and a 7-placer. So it's a good little kit. And then take a look at that in a moment, but I will look in here because we've got all our sticky labels and the treasure quest card. Here they are. So I have got a bronze treasure quest card. So yeah, I'm desperately looking for my next gold card because then I have enough to get a custom kit. And even though I haven't decided yet what I'm going to get done as a custom, I'm like, yes, I need that card. I need that card. Or a couple more black cards, but I figure it's more realistic to get 1 gold before 2 or 3 black cards that I need. So yeah, just in case you're not sure what these are. So Diamond Art Club has a really generous reward scheme. I'm not sure what word my mouth was going for then, but it failed. So whenever you go on their website, you see a price listed there and you never need to pay that. So there are always discount codes. I have a couple of affiliate codes just in case you've never purchased from them before. So you can check those out in the description box to get either 20% off your first ever order or $10 US off your first order, or like the equivalent in your local currency. But there are also evergreen codes that you can use. So first off, you never need to pay the list price. Then you get 10% back of any purchase in points, in rewards points, or if you become a diamond member, which means that you've spent, I think it's something like $500 in a year, then you get 15% back. So they actually mount up surprisingly quickly. And then this is the latest thing that they have added in. So on the back of here, you've got an address for diamondartclub.com/redeem. And that will tell you how many cards you need to claim all the rewards. So you have a certain number of bronze, certain number of silver, certain number of gold, or a certain number of black cards, because like bronze are really common, black are really rare, and so on in between. And when you get the combinations of cards that you need, you can scratch off these panels, get a code and enter it. And you can get really nice big gift cards or the custom kit that I mentioned. So yeah, just in case you're not sure how these work, I thought I'd briefly go over that. So yeah, it's really nice. I think all of us appreciate a good rewards program, and Diamond Art Club's is way up there. And then you've also got loads of useful information in here. So do check that out, particularly if you are new to diamond painting. There's another of those discount codes I mentioned. That's for your first purchase on the app. You've got a link to their Facebook group. So all kinds of good stuff in there. But let's take a look at the sticky labels. So here I have got a picture of the artwork. Isn't it fun? It's really dark, so that is one thing. For me, this colour scheme is going to be really dark, and that might get a little tiresome, so it's probably one I would break up a bit. I'm a big believer in diamond painting with my feels, and I don't personally like to stick with one project if I get bored, because I feel like then I might burn out completely and not want to diamond paint. Whereas if I switch to something else and have a change, I can continue diamond painting. And apart from one kit, I've only ever given up on one kit so far. Oh, actually, I suppose two, because there was another one. There was another one that I thought I'd finished, and then I found it half completed in the box, and I'd already chucked the drills out. So I guess two. But there's only one that I've consciously not finished. Like most of the time, I will cycle back round to them. So yeah, that's my philosophy anyway. So here are the colours, and yeah, there's quite a few darker colours. Sort of all the classics, you know, you've got your 310, you've got your dark blues, your dark browns. So yeah, it won't just be colour blocking of black, it will be really textured. And then at the end are the special drills. I'm not going to unwrap the drill bags, we'll just have a peek through them. So I don't know if we'll be able to see them, but yeah, just in case you're not familiar, ABs have a special glitzy coating, so they're used for accents and they're really sparkly, more so than your average drill. And then fairy dusts have a much more subtle glitter coating made with mica powder, so they're more, I mean, they are another form of accents, but I've started more recently thinking of them as a kind of texture in the painting. You know, they're just something a little bit different when you look at them up close. But we do have some brighter colours, because obviously we've got our pumpkins and the writing and the ghost and the lighting around here. So there are some brighter bits that are going to pop out against the dark background, the dark background, to give some relief when diamond painting, but also to, you know, make the painting more fun looking. So yeah, some really pretty shades amongst all this. Let's have a look. So here are the drills. There you go. Actually, the bags of the brighter colours are bigger than I feared they might be. So there's going to be quite a lot of brighter colours mixed in, but obviously you have got a lot of the darker bags. Honestly, I don't mind as long as the quality's there, but I do get bored if I do too much of any one colour in a painting. So that's why I'm talking about, you know, having a bit of a break, having brighter colours pop out. But as long as the darker drills are good quality, they will be fine to work with. And, you know, DAC drills are generally amongst the best in the business. So yeah, no real concerns there. And I do think, like, one of the things that really attracted me to this painting is that it's a medium size, because with a colour palette that's a bit more limited in a big size, I kind of struggle to get excited to work on it. Like I have, is it Haunted House? The Haunted House? I can't remember. Anyway, I have another one by the same artist from Diamond Art Club that I got as a sneak peek ages ago. And I showed it on my recent video about videos that I can't bring myself to work on. And the theme of that video was really kits that I love so much I can't bring myself to work on them because then they'll be done. And that one does fit that brief too, because I really, really love it. But as I said at the time, the other thing with that one was it is big and there's not a lot of colour variation. And I don't know how I'll get on with it when I work on it. It might be more fun to admire in my stash than it actually is to work on. I don't know. One day I'll work on it and find out. But in the meantime, I am more likely to go for a kit with a limited colour palette if it is a bit smaller. So yeah, that was something I really liked about this one. Let's take a look. Just going to roll it back. Ooh, confetti at the bottom. Let's take a closer look. here it is. So yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, this bottom bit is pretty confetti. That's going to be kind of slow going. But further up, there are patches of more blocking, particularly around the door and the walls there. Sorry if you can hear little noises, by the way. My zip keeps knocking against my my tripod. It's like a metal on metal clink. But then there's going to be patches throughout where you go back to confetti. So it's a good mixture overall, but I think it's not going to be the quickest to work up. Certain sections are going to fly by, and then others are going to be, whew, holy moly, this has gone slow. Wow, these leaves look fabulous. Oh, you can just tell that the render on those is amazing even before they have drills placed, because they just look really good even in this form. When it looks really good and true to the picture like this, when you've got all the distraction of the symbols, you know you're onto a good one. I wonder if I can figure out where some special drills go. Problem is, when I don't get all the drills out of the pack, which I don't do in my own unboxings just because it's a pain to get them back in and I want to keep it as neat as possible, it's a little trickier because you don't know how much of any of them there is. So I'll have a quick look. So there is a sort of beige AB, which there's a little bit in the stalk there, but yeah, it's in this web up here quite a bit. And then is it in other webs? Yeah, all up here and here. So that's cool. That'd be nice to have that accented. And then we've got a lilac, like a light purple one, which is around here in this nice purpley light in the window. I'm not sure I see that anywhere else, which is never the same thing as it not being anywhere else, because I can be unobservant. But yeah, I only actually see it around here. And then the last AB is this like weird door-like symbol in a pale yellow colour. So where might that be? Oh, that's going through the broom. And anywhere else? In the face of the jack-o'-lantern, where it's glowing. And I don't see it anywhere else at the moment. And then fairy dust. There is a bit in this pumpkin, but you might have thought that there'd be a lot of it, and I don't see a lot of it in there. There is some over here in the hat. A little bit on this pumpkin. Oh, and some of the leaves have some, but not huge amounts. And then there's like a brown fairy dust. It's like that star symbol. Where is that? Where is that? Where are you hiding? I don't see that one. I mean, it's got to be somewhere. Probably just looking for the wrong shade of brown. Sometimes you kind of train your eyes on looking for one thing and, here's some. So I see some in this lamp up here. But I'm going to assume there's not a huge amount of that one because I really can't see it anywhere else. And then there's a white fairy dust, which of course is outlining the little ghost, and then these candles, and it's in that jack-o'-lantern, and this one. Yeah, okay, cool. So not massive amounts of special drills, but there's a few bits and bobs spread between them. So yeah, that's looking. Do you know what? My cat just came over the fence next to me. I'm next to my back. Right, I'm next to a window that looks out on my back garden. My cat just came over the fence, and I did not think that cat could get over the fence. The absolute disgrace of him. We're going to have words. Right, where was I? So that is Boo. Let me know in the comments below if you bought this one. I know quite a lot of you did because it sold out super quickly. And yeah, I would love to know if anyone's working on this for this year and can let us know how it's turning out, because I think the rendering looks great, particularly for this size. So that is that one. Let's get on to Alone Time. Here is Alone Time by Sandra Evans. I know that name. I think she's got quite a few pieces with Diamond Art Club, but I can't think of any others and whether I have any others off the top of my head. So I'll look that up and maybe put a note on the screen. This one has 79 colours, which is a little surprising, I suppose. Because again, it's one that's got quite dominant colours, but I trust their rendering. If it's got 79 colours, it needed 79 colours. Anyway, that includes 1 Aurora Borealis and 5 Fairy Dust Diamonds, and it's got a little over 86,000 drills. So yeah, it's bigger than the other one, but it's not massive. And I just really liked this one. Do you know what I loved? I really loved all the little pictures in the background with little mini ghost scenes. That's just adorable. So yeah, I couldn't resist this one. As soon as I saw this one, I really wanted it. Oof. Okay, so the toolkit is going to be the same. Not going to chat about that. But I will look in here and see what Treasure Quest card I got. And it's a bronze, of course. How long is it going to take me to get another gold now that that's all I need? But yeah, isn't it adorable? I'm kind of offended on its behalf that this one hasn't sold out yet. Because, yeah, I love pictures with just like silly little funny things. And that's, yeah, it's very Halloween, but it's not spooky and scary. Which you'll notice, like, that's not my personal preference to go for, like, the real proper hardcore Halloween ones. I like ones that have just a little bit of fun to them. And this is all about the fun. So let's see. Lots and lots of browns and neutrals in this one. Definitely, like Boo, this is one where I'm probably going to have to take it bit by bit. I'm going to have to plan things out for next year to try and get a couple of these done. But yeah, there's a lot of neutral background, isn't there? Let's face it. But because I work on an easel and I go row by row, I think each row is going to incorporate some other colours or some other fun details. So that will help. It's got écru, which I can never remember the story of why that is called écru, rather than having a number, but that is correct. Like, if you're seeing it and wondering if it's an error, it is right. I remember it from when I used to work in a craft shop when I was 16 to 18, and we'd sell things like DMC threads. It definitely is écru. I think it's something like the undyed colour of the thread. Something along those lines anyway, but yeah. So we've got an orange AB and then 5 fairy dust. And it looks like 2 are reddish colours and 1's an orange, so yeah. No prizes for guessing which sort of aspects we're going to be accenting here. It's stuck fast, I can't get it open. I do think I'm going to have to get over my thing about only working in Halloween kits when it's coming up to Halloween, because I've got quite a few in my stash now and I really love them all, but I'm not getting round to them. Okay, so, wow, 3 bags, big bags of that white fairy dust, and then you can see quite a big bag of the orange AB. There's an orange fairy dust. There's a red fairy dust. I think we've got quite a lot of special drill action in this one. But yeah, lots and lots of neutrals, which I don't mind working with brown so much, actually. Yeah, as long as there's bright colours to break it up, I don't mind. Ooh, I love that sort of pale sky blue type thing. And then there's like 4 bags of 310, some dark greys, dark browns. Yeah. That's the thing with Halloween kits, isn't it? They're usually not the ones that you have the most bright and vibrant colour schemes for. But if the image is calling to me, then I'll try anything. As much as I love bright colours and all that usually, I will try anything if it appeals to me. And it's often not the ones that I think I'll enjoy the most that I do, and vice versa. So maybe these will be some of my favourite kits ever to work on. Who knows? Okay, this one is not so much with the colour blocking. Because all that background as well is quite broken up. But oh my goodness, how much fun is this? So yeah, there's quite a lot of confetti. Probably not one to get unless you don't mind that, which I don't. I have just finished. I finished it outside the sweet shop, which if you've watched any of my quarterly reviews, you'll have seen pop up loads of times because I worked on it for like 20 months in total. But that had 197 colours and was just like mostly pure confetti. So after doing that and enjoying it, no confetti can scare me now. But yeah, there is a fair amount more confetti in this one than I maybe anticipated from the image. Because I thought maybe the background might have a bit more, but actually I think that's me being silly and just failing to predict these things well, as I inevitably do. Because when you look at the background, it isn't blocks of colour. It's like a mottled colour effect. So that's cool, that's cool. We're staying close to the artwork. But oh my goodness, it's so much fun. I just love the image of this. I love the fun of it. The ghost himself is really cute. He's reading a book. What's not to love with that? His hat, like everything's got like jack-o'-lantern faces. Not so sure about the creepy plant. Not keen on them. What are they called? It's like the thing out of that film, isn't it? Oh, I can't think what it's called. You probably know what I mean. Or maybe you don't, because it's quite an old film. But anyway. But even the sunflowers over here have got jack-o'-lantern type faces, and you've got eyes peering through the background. It's definitely going to be one of those ones with lots of bits and details, and as you go through it you just see more and more. And then my favorite bit is going to be these little things at the top, these little pictures, because there is so much detail in each of these considering the size of them, and the rendering looks great because you can pretty much see what they all are even without drills on them. Yeah, what can I say? I love it, guys. Really happy I got this one. So I see loads of the symbol that I assume is going to be that white fairy dust at the top. Yes, because it almost always is that symbol. So there's loads of white fairy dust up at the top. And then it's actually loads of places. So there's some there. You've got the ghosts. You got the main ghost, chief ghost. You've got it in the little eyes and on his rug. So lots of that white fairy dust, as you'd assume, given the fact there were 3 fat bags of it. Other special drills. The AB is here. It's here. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. Going through the sunflowers and the books, and also up here in the background of this one, and over here as well. So yeah, loads and loads of that AB. The symbol F is for DMC 666, which might be a controversial number, but I love that colour. It's bright fire engine red. Love it. So that is in the tongue over here. Not keen on this guy. There's a little bit down here. A little bit here. There's a couple of books that use it. And is there any more? Not sure. I mean, there'll probably be bits I've missed. There always are. And then there's a sort of, is that like a sort of greenish brown fairy dust? That's going through the planty bit of this guy. And also some over here. A little bit in this book spine, a little bit in these books here. And then I've got an orange AB, which is not AB, fairy dust, which is like that door symbol again. So there's some here, there's a bit here and here. Oh, the faces of the sunflowers. It's in the back of the chair. Any up top? A little bit over there. A little bit over there. Not masses, but some. And then there was one of a red fairy dust, and that is also through the tongue. And there's also quite a lot of it in the back of the chair, more than the other one. Loads of it actually, all through there. It's like the biggest colour in the chair, I think. Not so much over there. But there's a lot in the background of this picture. And I see some over there. So yeah, loads of that second fairy dust. Second red fairy dust. So yeah, that is alone time. So much fun. Oh, I love ones like this. What can I say? So yeah, let me know if you got this one as well. And that is it for me, actually. That's all I got. I say all I got, so I don't already have several Halloween kits in my stash, and this wasn't extravagant, but I couldn't pass these up. I really, really like these ones. So yeah, happy to have them ready for next year. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed this, please consider dropping a like on it. And if you're not yet subscribed, I'd love to have you stick around. So please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.